What up, guys? Your boy Quake back with a brand new episode of the Diverse Mentality Podcast, number 296, powered by the one and only Golden Eagle Energy Drink. Get your Golden Eagle Energy Drinks at drinkgoldeneagle.com/DMP. They sponsored all season 4 of the podcast, so show them love at drinkgoldeneagle.com/DMP. Almost messed that up right there. I'm getting used to saying it, now after a couple of months, but sometimes, I'll slip up. But I want to talk about something first before I get into the actual news cycle. This is kind of news, but I just wanted to talk about it because I tweeted about it earlier this Sunday morning. And if you're not following me on Twitter, it's QuakeGW at QuakeGW. Follow me on there. I need to get more active in just responding to people's tweets because I've noticed that when you do that, you grow your following a lot. I'm just kind of tweeting and kind of people respond to me and then I'll respond to them, but I don't really do the initiate, the conversations, which I need to start doing more. I've never really been that type of person. So I need to get out of that kind of bubble and do that a little bit more. But anyways, let's get into this crypto thing, right? Cryptocurrency, right? Celebrities are jumping into this cryptocurrency thing. They're launching their own coins, and most celebrities have unfortunately scammed people. So they'll post, like we talked about the 50 Cent incident where, 50 Cent actually got hacked. Like there's proof. Just look at the way it was done versus, other celebrities saying they're hacked. There's like two different ways that you can tell, right? And I'm going to explain that in a little bit. So, 50 got hacked. They pushed this fake coin called G-Unit. And then, if you look at the ticker too, like the name of it, the ticker was G-Unit, but if you look at the actual name of it, it was real N-word 50. Like that made no sense for 50. Like if 50 were to launch a coin, he would name it way more professionally than that. So you can tell it was fake. It was just a scam with some bullshit. Unfortunately, those scammers walked away with roughly, I think, $3 million, somewhere around there, and whatever currency of Solana, whatever, liquidity, whatever you want to call it, right? Which I'm doing a video on that just to kind of break the news. I'm doing a video on that. I talked about it earlier on Twitter. I'm doing a quick mini documentary on that, probably 15 minutes video, 20-minute video. Really cool video. I wanted to get into the hip hop and finance. I like the finance world. I like talking about it, but I also want to intertwine into hip hop. So that's kind of going to be my thing that I'm going to mess around and try with and see how it goes. So yeah, that's coming soon where I talk about how 50 got hacked and basically break down a little bit more of the cryptocurrency world. Anyways, I'm saying all that to say, Lil Reese, yes, the rapper that, from Old Block that, basically blew up with Chief Keef. He's on I Don't Like. He's got his own hit Traffic. Catch him in Traffic. At the top is Just Us. Like those type of records, whatever. He was popping in the early 2010s. He started his own cryptocurrency coin. And he announced it on his Twitter probably 2 days ago, I want to say, 3 days ago. And it was called Old Block. Like the ticker was called Old Block. The night that he announced it, a bunch of people invested in it. It reached a market cap of probably $3 million and then slowly started going down. It went from $3 million to like 1.5 and then it went to like 800,000. And then it just dropped like immediately. Literally last Saturday night, it dropped to like 30,000 market cap. Now, why am I talking about this? Well, celebrities have been known to scam, get into this field and scam their fan base. So I'm tired of seeing that and not speaking out about it. So all I did was DM Lil Reese. I was like, yo, Lil Reese, what'd I say? Let me just get it word for word so I don't mess up anything here. And I got a screenshot of this, so I'm not lying or anything. You can check my DMs, blah, blah, blah. I DM'd him. This was Saturday night at 9:46 p.m. I said this, scamming your own fans ain't it, man. You ruined any chance you had into getting into crypto, which is the future, for a quick buck. Loser mentality. So I wake up the next morning and I'm blocked by him. Literally get blocked. Why did I get blocked? Because he knows he's getting called out. He's a garbage person for doing it. And I didn't even say anything disrespectful. I just said, listen, you're getting to this crypto space for the first time. I don't know if this is his first, second. I don't know. I don't know if he scammed people multiple times. I'm assuming it's his first time, right? With his own coin. Now, he might have endorsed the coin, and that coin might have scammed people. That's a little bit different. I can kind of see, where that can go wrong because, hey, I'm just paying a celebrity to say something and then whatever happens after that, people join in. It's fucked up because I wouldn't, if I was an influencer at a level where if I'd said something, a bunch of people would jump into it and buy it and stuff. I don't endorse anything that I don't use or think it's actually useful. I just don't. That's just because I don't want, people that watch me and support me to go and purchase that and they get screwed over in one way or another. Obviously things happen here and there, but I don't want it to be something that's major where just everybody loses, right? Let's just say I were to push a product about, I don't know, hair growth, right? I did a Keeps hair, I think, sponsorship. And, somebody buys it and says, oh, Quake, you told me to buy it, grows hair and it doesn't grow your hair. That's different. That's like something that it's a case-by-case study. Some people grows hair, some people does it. DNA type shit, whatever. You get the point what I'm saying. Is not everybody's going to be pleased regardless of what you're pushing out there. But I would never endorse something where you're putting your hard-earned money and I have nothing to do with it. I'm just the voice to get people to go to it. Never would I do that because that's just not right? So I don't know if this is Lil Reese's first coin, whatever. I'm assuming this is his first that he's actually backed and is a part of, right? So he launches the old block thing, goes from 3 million to literally nothing, 30,000, which is you lost all the money in a day and a half. And then he backtracks, and on Instagram he says, that wasn't me, you dorks. I don't know what he said in the Instagram post. He said that wasn't me. I was hacked. That's the thing, that every time this happens, a celebrity comes out and says, I was hacked. I didn't mean to do that. But here's how I know between an actual page getting hacked and a page that is lying about it, right? So 50's Twitter, one, he rarely ever tweets, right? He barely posts. That's the first thing. If he does, it's a direct copy and paste from his Instagram. 50's on his Instagram. He's actually on there. And everything else from there gets copy and pasted by his team on his Twitter. I know that firsthand because I've talked to his team. That's how I told them about the Twitter getting hacked because they had no idea about it. I told them, and they got to work on getting that recovered. So that's the first thing. 50 doesn't really post on Twitter. You don't see an original organic tweet. You usually see a copy and paste from Instagram to the Twitter. That's just normal, right? So when you see 50 randomly tweet about some crypto thing, and he's dissing Andrew Tate, and he's dissing people, and he's pushing this thing and saying, if you're real, you're going to buy G-Unit, buy G-Unit. Obviously, something is off there. It just doesn't make sense. There's no consistency, right? And then you go click it, and it says a real N-word 50. It's got a cover Before I Self-Destruct album cover, which is the most random shit ever. It just screams fake. Lil Reese, on the other hand, he can't scream hacking because there are tweets days before of him launching this thing. Actually, a week and a half before, where he's talking about, hey, I'm thinking about getting in the cryptocurrency world. What should I do? Who should I talk to? And, let me know what you guys think, blah, blah, blah. So he was planning it day after day after day. He would ask his fan base on Twitter. And then he eventually launched it. A bunch of fans bought in. They got scammed. And then he brushes it off as, I got hacked. But here's another thing, too. He joined Twitter Spaces, and he was talking about the coin. So how the fuck do you just brush it off as I got hacked when you were in it active? And here's the sad part. That's why I sent him that DM. This is a bad first impression of you getting into crypto. Crypto is the future, whether people like it or not, whether they embrace it or not. If you don't embrace it now, you're going to be really old and outdated when it becomes the normal thing. Because every month I'm seeing cryptocurrency being integrated into our daily lives. You might not notice it because you don't pay attention to it, but I'm seeing it every single month. Something new is getting, adapted to our everyday life. And eventually cryptocurrency is going to be our actual currency. And I think it's better, obviously, because there's a lot more safety involved in it with a lot less tracking of money, all kinds of stuff like that. Yeah, it could be used for bad things, but at least, the government doesn't have full control of what we're doing with our money and our resources. Because you don't want that. These banks, they could just literally freeze your account at any moment. With crypto, nobody can do that. Like Kanye West getting his assets getting frozen and stuff over what he was going through. If he had crypto and was dealing with that, nobody would be able to freeze his stuff, right? Anyways, that's a whole different thing. Lil Reese does that. I send him that DM. I get blocked, and then I call him out. And I basically say, listen, you're a fucking loser. I didn't even diss him in the DM, though. I never said that. I just said loser mentality. I said that's a dumb mentality to have to scam people early. When you could have built this O-block coin thing into something really big. And that's what he was doing with the tweets. He was saying, I'm going to get Chief Keef involved. I'm going to get Lil Durk involved. We're going to build this old block coin. We're going to have, because if you do it the right way, having your own coin can go towards like people paying for their concerts with your exclusive coin, which can build the market cap up a lot, buying merch, whatever in that artist's world that they want to push, exclusive songs where they can only get it with the coin, whatever. Waka Flocka is doing it in a great way. He got involved in it, and he hasn't scammed anybody. He's been working day in and day out to build his coin, right? And he's doing pretty good with it right now. And if he stays on this path, he's going to build something that's way ahead of other rappers. He's way ahead right now. And if you do it the right way, like Waka's doing, he's going to be releasing exclusive songs pretty soon here. If you do it the right way and you build a community, you can build a real... Because here's the thing, everybody wins with this coin stuff if they know what they're doing when they're buying into it. Because you can buy in and sell, right? Because it goes up and down in market price. And you can win money off it, basically. It's like a stock, regular stocks, that you jump up and down. You know, you just got to know what you're doing, obviously. But everybody wins with it. It's like nobody... If you just know what you're doing and you play it safe, you'll win. Like, there's no way you can't. Especially if the artist is attached to it and constantly pushing it. I say all that to say Lil Reese is a dork and a moron and a loser. A straight up loser. Like how much of a loser do you have to be to steal from the own people that support you? How big of a loser do you have to be? I could never sleep with myself knowing that I scammed the people that support me, that watch me on this podcast, listen, YouTube, whatever. Like, that's just the biggest loser shit ever. I don't care that he's from old block. People are messaging me, man, you shouldn't be saying this, man. I don't give a fuck if he's from old block. I could care less. He's a human being like me. He bleeds like I bleed. And I'm a snitch. I'm a civilian. If you hurt me, I'm snitching. I'm telling everybody I did everything from Lil Reese to whoever involved, I'm telling. That's just the reality of it, all right? I'm not a gangster. I'm claiming to be a gangster, so I have civilian rules. I'm not a, gangster. So to me, that the rules of snitching don't apply. I'm snitching. Regardless, people are saying, oh, why are you saying? No, you have to say something because these fucking losers that do this, that steal from less fortunate people, need to be called out. That's bullshit. You can't just do that to people, man. That's unfair. That's like how big of a loser you have to be. If you fucked off your money that you made early on from your career, that's your fault. You don't scam your fans into stealing money from them. I don't care if he knew or didn't know. I don't care if he said, because here's the thing too, a lot of celebrities will do when they scam and do this stuff. They'll say, oh, I didn't know, the person who made the coin said they would promise me this and that, and I had no idea. They claim ignorance, like they had nothing to do with it, they didn't know. Here's the thing though, I don't give a fuck if you claim ignorance. Somebody, and I hope this happens to Lil Reese, and I'm actually going to look into it because I just talked to someone that got scammed by the coin. Hopefully he gets sued. I hope he gets sued and loses millions and millions of dollars in the lawsuit. He deserves that for scamming innocent people into this. And you could blame the people and be like, oh, they shouldn't jump into it without knowing what they're doing. Right? Okay. Yeah, you could factor that in, but still, Lil Reese is still the one that's pushing this, that's encouraging people to get in. He's the one I don't care if he's involved directly with it or not. And he's not thinking about his brand. I don't think Lil Reese even has a mentality for any of that shit. Right? Honestly, I should just call him Mr. Poopy Butthole because literally he shit his pants when he got jumped. You ever seen Rick and Morty, the character Mr. Poopy Butthole? That's Lil Reese. Like, why would you scam? You're such a dork, man. You're a loser. Straight fucking loser. Like, people would do that shit. Anyways, it's pissing me off because I'm just thinking about all the people that got scammed because of a fucking dork like him who literally has nothing going on with his life. That he's that much of a fucking loser to scam money out of innocent people. Like, how big of a fucking loser do you have to be? And then he blocks me because I call him out on it. I wasn't even disrespectful. I said just the mentality of that is a loser mentality to have. He could have built something really, really big and got Lil Durk, Chief Keef, everybody in the old block sphere and educated people and from that, he could have been a multimillionaire and just grew. But instead, he wants a quick buck to steal from people. So I'm going to make a video on that after I do this 50 Cent one and how he got hacked with the crypto world because I think it's just interesting to talk about. And not only that, it educates people in this field. And the more that you guys get educated in this field, the more you can make money off of it. And you can actually, there's people that literally make, I'm talking Like some people will invest $500 and make $200,000 out of that. Like I'm not even joking. Like that, just that quick in about 30 minutes. I know it seems unrealistic, and granted, that's like a rare. Like it's not like don't get into this and be like, oh, I'm gonna put $100 and all of a sudden I'm gonna make $200,000. I'm not saying that, but it's something that you should just be aware of. Don't jump into it immediately. If you're interested in it, just take your time, kind of watch videos, study, see what people are saying, blah blah blah. So I'm gonna make my video, and hopefully that kind of educates you guys a little bit. I'm still not 100% versed in it, and I know everything. No, there's a lot I have to learn, but I want to do those videos. Anyways, enough of me talking and ranting about Lil Reese being a garbage person. Let's get into the news. Keefe D's bond has been denied by the judge because of Wack 100's payment. It's the judge is questioning and not liking the answers. Let's go over the article. Keefe D will remain in police custody as he waits for the Tupac murder trial to commence in November. After the former gang member was unable to prove that he gathered his bail money through legitimate means, Judge Carly Carey denied his release on Wednesday, June 26th. During an appearance in court this week, Wack 100 said he put up 15% of the $750,000 bond as a gift to help the suspect. Even though he claimed that the gesture wasn't premised on any business dealings, prosecutors dug up a Vlad TV interview from early June in which the record executive talked about capitalizing on Davis's story. It's only $75,000, he said in the clip. I've been thinking about going to get him with the stipulations that I'll do the series on it. In his defense, the 44-year-old told the Clark County Court, "That's what I said to Vlad, but Keefe D is already involved with somebody. I have no contracts with him. Before you go on Vlad, you have a discussion about what you're going to talk about and what needs to be said to draw up views. There's nothing about Vlad and nothing about YouTube that says we're being truthful about what we're saying for entertainment." Further disputing the above claim, prosecutors then presented a recorded phone conversation in which Wack could be heard telling Keefe, "You got to remember this shit can set you up for the rest of your life. I will get you out and then we'll sit down and talk about all that." The following day, Kearney officially shut down Davis's request and ordered that he remain behind bars. Wow. They said, listen, you ain't getting out of here fucking doing interviews and doing a documentary and telling your fucking story. That's not happening. While Mr. Jones testified, he was bounding out Mr. Davis because Mr. Davis was fighting cancer and had been a pillar of the community. His previous interviews with Vlad TV suggested another motive. She ruled that adding that proof of bail money's legitimacy was insufficient. Wow. Damn, they really using Vlad TV interviews in court, which they've done quite a few times, but that's crazy to kind of like see it in this situation. The 61-year-old's court-appointed attorney petitioned the court for leniency earlier this year and claimed that his client poses no danger. Yeah. We talked about this, but valid response by the judge, man. Wack 100 doing it. I think they should have got somebody else. I get that the Wack 100 would have drawn more eyes, to the situation, but they should have gotten somebody else to disguise getting him out. Should have just been like a family member or something like that. But they would have asked him, where'd you get the funds, this and that. So I don't know. They should have executed this better, though. You don't get Wack 100 to go in there and talk about this. They could have done a way better execution on this. Could have gave the money to somebody that seems like they have that kind of money and cut them, like give them $75,000 and give that person $5,000 for going to court and actually getting Keefe D out. So just so they can get a cut of it, But bad execution on Wack 100's part. But we'll keep our eyes posted. You never know what's going to happen, man. Maybe somebody else comes along and the judge grants it. So we'll see. Updates on Diddy once again, a.k.a. Diddler. It turns out Miami Beach City has rescinded, I don't know how you pronounce that, rescinded, I'm assuming, Sean Diddy Combs' day. So this is the same thing that happened in New York where they gave him the key to the city. They took that back. Well, they're doing the same thing here with Miami Beach City. Diddy's Sean Diddy Combs' day in his longtime home of Miami Beach has been rescinded amid the mounting allegations of abuse against the mogul. According to a report from the Miami Herald on Friday, June 28th, the Miami Beach Commission has officially revoked a proclamation. I can't even pronounce that word right now, but what is going on? That declared October 13, 2016 as his day, which began in 2016 when he held the third annual Revolt Music Conference in the Florida city. The resolution stated, upon reflection, the mayor and city commission have determined that recognizing October 13, 2016 as Sean Diddy Combs Day is no longer in harmony with the city's values of safety, community well-being, and respect, and wish to resign the proclamation. There you go, proclamation. Similar occurrence happened in Diddy's hometown in New York. So, yeah, we talked about this. Just taking shit back, and rightfully so. This is not, nobody wants to even be close to this guy. I watched a clip where Diddy was asked to plead the fifth or answer these questions. It's on this, I forget what the guy's TV show. It's like on a major network TV show, right? And they asked him about Drake, the incident with Drake. Did you get in a fight with Drake, blah, 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 and you guys cool right now? They asked him about, marrying somebody for 4 hours. He officially got married to somebody for only 4 hours. And then they asked him about 50 Cent. He answered the Drake thing and just said, we're cool now. It was over something stupid, blah, blah, blah. And then the marrying 4 hours thing, he pleaded the fifth. He didn't want to answer that. And he kind of had this weird look to him. Now kind of knowing about all this stuff, it's kind of weird. And then he answered 50. He's like, oh, he loves me, blah, blah, blah. And that was also weird as hell. So just wanted to say that. Very, very, Diddy in these old interviews looks very weird, man. You can kind of pick up some weird body language from him. Knowing what we know now, back then, it was still kind of, I could pick up things on Diddy that just wasn't normal. It was awkward. It was a weird vibe that he had. Now I can really pick it up because obviously we know what's going on with him. But continue on with the Diddy news. Lady Gaga demanded something, and it's pretty interesting. So Diddy has reportedly been removed from a law firm client list following a demand from fellow musician Lady Gaga. According to a report from the News Nation that ran on Friday, June 28th, the firm of Grubman, Shire, Mielzas, and Sachs yielded to demands from the poker face singer. The story reads, my insider said Lady Gaga said she was leaving the firm if they didn't drop Diddy, and she's too big to lose. If the insider report checks out, this marks yet another in a string of recent losses for Diddy. Yeah, nobody wants... Lady Gaga, hey, shout out to her, man, for saying basically, hey, you're going to lose me as a customer for supporting this loser who puts his hands on women, which we got, full proof of. The other stuff, I can't, clown him for, but regardless, any man that puts his hands on a woman is a piece of shit, so he falls into my piece of shit category. So, yeah, we'll keep your eyes posted and see next week what Diddy gets dropped from. Updates on Killer Mike's Grammy situation. Let's go over it. Killer Mike will not be charged over his arrest at the 2024 Grammy Awards, but will complete community service. Prosecutors will not be filing charges against the Atlanta rapper over an incident at the awards ceremony where he was subject to a citizen's arrest after a confrontation with a security guard, according to TMZ. Mike has also agreed to take part in community service for a charity of his choosing, though he was warned by prosecutors that they can reopen the case if he finds himself in trouble with the law over the next 12 months. If you guys don't remember, back in February, Killer Mike was booked for a misdemeanor battery after he allegedly pushed over a security guard shortly after winning 3 Grammys. Mike previously said he was confident that he would not face any serious legal trouble over the incident. He said, as you can imagine, there was a lot going on, and there was some confusion around which door my team and I should enter. We experienced an overzealous security guard. My team and I have the utmost confidence that will ultimately be cleared of all that wrongdoing. Basically, he's been cleared. He has to do community service, which is not a bad thing. Killer Mike already has done 90 million nice things for people, so I'm sure he's not really upset about that. I wouldn't be, at least. I'd rather take community service than, serving any type of jail time or prison time if it ever led to anything like that. But, yeah, great update. Young Thug, this is interesting because, with Young Thug being locked up, the YSL Rico thing, Gunna getting out, there's been a lot of confusion on if Gunna is a snitch or not. Because... really, in a lot of people's eyes, not in my eyes, because I don't give two fucks. I'm a regular civilian, and most of the people listening to music are regular civilians. So I don't care who snitches. It's got nothing to do with me. If the artist is a great artist, I'll listen to the music. That's just the reality of it. I still listen to 6ix9ine. I don't give a fuck that he snitched. Has nothing to do with me. Is the music good? Cool, right? Now, there's a difference between somebody who stole someone's whole identity, William Roberts, and put up a fake lifestyle and blah, 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 versus somebody who just snitched, right? Now, you could say 6ix9ine, he acted like this gangsta tough guy, but he really wasn't, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but, we know most of the time, for the most part, music is entertainment. But when you take somebody's real gangsta name and then build a whole lifestyle, I know people are gonna come in the comments and be like, "Oh, Quake, you're talking about Rick Ross, but when you still fuck with 6ix9ine, blah blah blah." I'm not saying I sit here and listen to every single 6ix9ine song that ever comes out. I don't even know where the guy is at right now. He could be, I don't know, in Africa somewhere. I don't know. Anyways, I think where was he at before? Somewhere in Mexico or something like that. Anyways, regardless, I don't know. I'm not paying attention to him. I'm just saying I'll listen to Gotti. I love that record. Gummo, like he got great tracks. That he had great albums? No, but he had great tracks. Anyways, Gunna, I still listen to him too. I don't give two fucks if he snitched or not. It's got nothing to do with me, and that's how you guys should be viewing the situation. Who cares that if Gunna snitched? Hey, if he had nothing to do with the situation or barely anything to do with the situation, and he's looking at 5 to 10 years, I would snitch in a heartbeat. I have millions of dollars. I got a family to feed. I am not rotting in a cell with you just so, people can say I'm real. Who gives a fuck? Most people will forget about you when you're locked up in there. I'm dead ass. And Gunna has a family to feed, enjoys millions. He's got life to live. So anyways, Young Thug basically has Gunna's career in his hands as how people see it. I don't see it that way. But if Young Thug says, hey, he's a snitch, I'm not fucking with him, most hip-hop artists are not going to fuck with Gunna anymore, right? Does Gunna really need artists to help him? Not really. Fuck You Mean was a hit record and it was by himself. No support with any feature. Anyways, Young Thug tweeted, "Whatever Wham say goes." Now you're probably wondering, who the fuck is Wham, right? Lil Baby. Yes. So whatever he's saying, whatever Lil Baby says goes. Well, what did Lil Baby say? He said a while ago on a track, "Guys taking pleas, I know that slime ain't happy." And that's what Gunna did. He took a plea. So he's saying whatever Lil Baby is saying about Gunna, that's what goes. So he's seemingly, without being very direct, taking the side that Gunna is a snitch. Like I said, I don't give two fucks. Young Thug is a genuine moron for ruining his life over dumb shit. Ordering hits on people when you're a multimillionaire is the dumbest shit you could do. That's the best way to lose your wealth. You just fucked up generational wealth for nothing, just to pretend you're a gangsta or to be a gangsta. It's stupid, man. And here's the thing. Now, Gunna hasn't been charged with anything, so I can't say, I'm calling him a moron for even getting in this situation. I'm not saying he did anything. He could be innocent for all I know. If he is, thank God he's out. He can provide for his family again. Amazing. That's beautiful. And I like Gunna's music, so I'd love to hear new music. But if he actually did this shit, fuck him, lock him up. He just lost all generational wealth, ruined his life for nothing, for stupid shit. And anybody yelling out free slime without knowing if he's innocent or not, like Drake or anybody, you're part of the problem. So Gunna then clarified his relationship with Young Thug. Let's go over the article. Gunna has clarified his relationship with Young Thug, YSL's label, after he was accused of snitching on his mentor and collaborator. Gunna's status with the Atlanta-based label has been in question ever since he controversially accepted a plea deal in the YSL RICO case, securing his release from jail. The Fuck You Mean rapper has now confirmed his label situation in a new Spotify documentary, A Day in the Life of Gunna, saying, "I'm still signed to YSL. I'm still providing. I'm still pushing. No paperwork has been changed." Gunna's last two albums, A Gift and a Curse and 101, were both released through YSL in partnership with 300 Entertainment and arrived after his plea deal. Gunna's comments come shortly after he opened up about his relationship with Young Thug, who remains on trial for various racketeering charges. Asked about the current nature of their relationship in an interview with XXL, he answered seemingly vaguely, "It's the same. It's love. Always. Our relationship is our relationship." Yeah, I don't know. Gunna, Thug, it seems like he's siding with Lil Baby, because if he says whatever Wham says goes, he knows what that's going to mean, man. He knows what people are going to look into that, say who the fuck is Wham if they don't know. And they're already going to make assumptions that, Lil Baby calling Gunna a snitch and stuff and calling him, a plea deal taker or whatever. People are going to side with the fact that they think Gunna's a snitch. And somebody on TikTok, I don't think they posted it directly on TikTok, but they posted a video of a coming up to him at like an award show and calling him a snitch. Let me play this clip for you guys at the BET Awards. I actually want to play this for you guys just because it's corny. People would do this, like, what are you getting out of this fucking situation? You're fucking... I don't understand, man. Some people just piss me off because of how kind of loser shit they do. So let's see. Let me play this.
Gonna want it, man. You can't be in the city doing all that ratting and shit. Rat ass nigga.
What?
Yeah, so see, pulling up to random people at award shows, calling them a rat, like, very corny behavior. These are grown men doing this. You know, I don't understand where. Like, I'll never forget that moment where Young Buck, he was out shopping with his girlfriend or wife or whoever she was. And one guy just came up and recorded him. Why do you like transgenders or whatever he said? It's like so corny. Why would you, like, what's the point of that? That's such the, I don't understand, man. Some people are in this world are just corny individuals, and there's nothing you could do about that, man. Some people just, that's their life. They thrive off clout. They thrive off being the corniest people ever, like Lil Reese and William Roberts and French Montana. I'm gonna add, you know what? Lil Reese is added to my list of corny motherfuckers for scamming people out of millions of dollars. So Frenchie, William, and Mr. Poopy Butthole, a.k.a. Lil Reese, those are the three that Frenchie I just don't like because he's such a bad rapper. Honestly, as a person, I have nothing against the guy. He just sucks at rapping. I don't know. He turned from a cameraman to a rapper. Shout out to him. The come up is insane. And Sway Lee gave him the biggest hookup of his life with that unforgettable record. But other than that, he is horrible at making music. Frenchie is just... And then William, you guys know how I feel. William, and now Mr. Poopy Butthole. That's the three amigos right there. So, yeah. We'll keep our eyes posted on this Young Thug's thing, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. Before we continue, I want to give a shout out to Golden Eagle for sponsoring this podcast. Yes, if it wasn't for Golden Eagle, this podcast wouldn't be possible. If you're looking for an energy drink that doesn't tear a hole in your pocket, Golden Eagle energy drink is the one you want to get. Golden Eagle has the smoothest taste with no aftertaste. You don't get acid reflux when you drink it, and you will save a lot of money. So check out Golden Eagle at drinkgoldeneagle.com/DMP. The link is in the description below. And how do you think this podcast would be possible without me having energy to do it? Come on, guys. You guys got to remember this. I need energy to do this stuff, man, because there's a lot of crazy topics. So look how smooth this thing sounds. Look at it. Oh, my God. It's fresh. Look at that Golden Eagle. Look at the can. It's so beautiful, too, man. Look at that. That's so fresh, man. So fresh. Golden Eagle energy drink. Go to the link description below. That's drinkgoldeneagle.com/DMP. Let's continue the episode. 50, a.k.a. Ferrari F50. By the way, I'm not saying anything. I'm not going to reveal any information, but there's going to be some major news that comes out relating to 50. And no, it's not new music. I'm just letting you guys know because I know you guys are going to be like, oh, Quake, you know about new music? No. I'm just saying it's going to be something that I said a long time ago that if I can find the clip, I'm going to be like, listen, I told you guys way ahead of time. Because there are people in the comments saying, you capping, you this. I'm not going to say anymore because people, here's the thing, man. When it comes to 50, I know more shit than most people know. Besides Tony Yayo, obviously, because that's the person. But I know more things about 50 than, I know exclusive shit before it's about to come out. I've heard music before anybody's ever heard of it. Lots of stuff, right? So when it comes to 50 information, I'm the one that you guys 100% have to, like, trust. There's never been a moment where I've misspoken on 50 stuff. Like, never. I don't think. I can't think of a moment. Maybe you guys can think of a moment I did, but I've never misspoken on 50 on anything. Now, I've had opinions that probably weren't, what you guys felt, probably, but I've never misspoken on 50. Unlike information regarding 50. Anyways, let's talk about this because, he's pulling up to Atlanta here where I'm at. So, it'd be cool if I could potentially link up with 50. But there's a potential. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but let's talk about this. This is really cool, and it's talking about investing, which I talked about earlier in the podcast with cryptocurrency. 50 Cent is all set to bring his successful business acumen to Atlanta, Georgia for this year's Invest Fest. Set to take place August 23rd, 25th. Fifth will be leading the stacked lineup that includes the likes of Steve Stout, T.I., Wyclef, Will.i.am, Zaytoven, Stephen A. Smith, Lauren London, and many more. In a statement to TMZ, Earn Your Leisure co-founder Troy Millings said the headliner choice was a no-brainer given that the New York City native represents the powerful blend of culture and business. We believe 50's insights and experiences will inspire and empower our audience to pursue their own path to financial freedom. Fellow co-founder Rashad Bilal added. Check out the full lineup below. Tickets are available to purchase here. So 50 is headlining this. That's very, very cool. Bunch of investors, just rich people doing rich shit. Very cool. Having branched out into music, liquor, merchandising, and most recently film and TV, 50 Cent is definitely a great fit for the annual gathering. Recently, the business mogul and team unveiled a 3-phase initiative for his newly launched Unit Film Studios. Let me tell you guys, man, in order to launch a Unit Film Studios, the size that he's launching it, he has to have astronomical amounts of money. So what am I doing? I'm hinting at what I'm basically just talked about earlier about something that's going to drop information. Yeah, I'm just saying that. And I said this probably a year ago about 50, but I can't really say what it is, but you connect the dots, you'll know what I'm talking about. So shout out to 50, man. Great business guy. When he filed bankruptcy, everybody, I remember, clowned him, said he's broke. Within literally 2 years, did a deal with Effin Vodka, made $60 million like it was nothing. Did a $400 million deal with Stars like it was nothing. This guy can make money he's a hard worker too, man. You got to give it up to him. Did the final lap tour, generated over 20, whatever it was, $30 million. So this guy can make money like it's, but he's a hard worker. That's the thing. That's the difference. And he knows how to protect his brand and use his brand in the right way. Something that Mr. Poopy Butthole, a.k.a. Lil Reese, has no idea how to do. Instead of taking things further in his career and actually building a community and doing right by people, he decides to scam his fans, a.k.a. Mr. Poopy Butthole. The reason why I'm calling him Mr. Poopy Butthole, by the way, is Lil Reese got jumped a while ago and shit himself. It fits him perfectly, man, because he's a piece of shit for scamming his fans as well. As you can tell, I'm pissed off about that because it's fucked up, Anyways, shout out to 50, man. Great business guy. Great. I'm going to see if I can attend this or see how can I get myself involved in this in one way or another. August 23rd, 25th. Yeah. Beef. Let's talk about it. PARTYNEXTDOOR. He decided to basically get into some shit like Drake did with Kendrick Lamar and a bunch of other artists. And Party playing with his nose. Every time I hear PARTYNEXTDOOR, I'm just going to hear, and Party playing with his nose now. And Baca got a weird case. Why is he around? Certified lover boy, certified pedophile. What? Shout out to Kendrick, man. I can't wait for that music video. Shout out to Eminem, too, man. There's going to be apparently a new Eminem song coming. We'll talk about that a little bit later. PARTYNEXTDOOR tweeted, I'm finna make these N-words guys cry. Bryson Tiller, Chris Brown, and Jeremih. Enjoy the nights of your life. Then he followed that up saying, doing videos at 34, that bitch broke. What is he talking about? Apparently, PARTYNEXTDOOR's ex, yes, not his current girlfriend, his ex, appeared in the music video for Chris Brown, Bryson Tiller, and Jeremih's track, Wait on It. And PARTYNEXTDOOR did not like that one bit. So that's why he tweeted that stuff. Well, Chris Brown responded to that shit. You know how Chris Brown get. You don't play that shit. You do not play that shit. I know five, and this is what Party tweeted and deleted. He said, I know 5 R&B singers who broke. Today's the date. I don't know what he means by that, but Jeremih clowned and responded on Instagram. He posted a picture of him with PARTYNEXTDOOR. And then the next photo, he posted a picture of him with PARTYNEXTDOOR's ex. Chris Brown responded and said this, guys speak without thinking sometimes, then call around to my people trying to retract shit. Nah. Go on your socials and apologize or keep that same energy when you see me. So Chris Brown ain't playing. Jeremih also posted more on Instagram. I believe he posted the video and then responded in the caption. I think the only person who hasn't responded is Bryson Tiller, as he shouldn't because, I don't think... And then this is what Jeremih said. Damn, it's disrespectful. He said, my fault if I double tap. Boo-hoo, wait on it. Yeah, very, very interesting, man. I think PARTYNEXTDOOR is trying to get into some shit like Drake did. And I don't know, man. Some of these R&B guys are actually tougher than the rappers. So we'll keep our eyes posted on this. But I don't know why he's in his feelings about his ex. Maybe he still has feelings for her. I personally wouldn't give two fucks if it's my ex. Once it's my ex, man. You got to move on from the situation. You're party next door. You're playing with your nose now. So, figure out a different way to play with your nose with some other bitch, right? Get over it. You're worth, I'm assuming, millions. You can find, you're not a no homo, not a bad looking guy. So you can find another girl. It's not that big of a deal, man. Especially in this field, these women get passed around. It's weird, man. These celebrities, rappers, and R&B singers, they mess around with the same women. They just pass them around. It's the weirdest shit ever. I think I know why they do it, because they do that because these women already know the kind of, I guess, the rules and the lifestyle they live. So instead of introducing a new girl that never is in that lifestyle and getting her accustomed to it and have to deal with all that, they just mess around with the same women over and over again, which is weird. And yeah, man. But that's hey, they're worth multi-millions or whatever, and they got fame, so they're gonna mess with all kinds of women and do all kinds of shit. So get over it, party. Stop playing with your nose. Get over it, and I think we'll see where this goes. I think Chris Brown's the one to take it to the next level, because he might even drop a diss track. I wouldn't be surprised, but everybody else, I don't know. Bryson Tiller hasn't said shit as of now, as the recording right now. I don't know. He could say something literally in a couple hours or something. Who knows? But yeah, we'll see. We'll keep our eyes posted and see if anything comes out of it. New music, let's get into it. And there's been a lot of interesting releases. Offset and Gunna dropped Style Rare. So Offset doesn't give a fuck about the snitching allegations. You still do music with him. Roddy Ricch dropped 9/11. Lil Durk dropped Went Holiday for a Year. Shaquille O'Neal dropped his old classic songs that he had, No Love Lost featuring Jay-Z and Nas. Trippie Redd dropped Bando Kid. Megan Thee Stallion dropped Megan the Album. Camila Cabello dropped the CXXXOXO album. It had like 2 Drake features on there. Lil Yachty and James Blake dropped the Bad Cameo album. Lotto dropped Big Mama. Hitty One dropped the Last One album. Jeremiah obviously dropped the Wait on It track with the music video. Lupe Fiasco dropped the Samurai album, which I got to check out. I checked out the Roddy Ricch record. It was all right. I don't think Roddy Ricch is, no disrespect to him, but I don't know what happened, man. I don't know. It's the weirdest thing with him. He just like lost his touch. I don't know. Maybe the response from that second album got to his head, which I don't think it should, because, if you could deliver multiple hits, you should be able to do it again, man. That's the number one thing. But he's lost his touch, man. He dropped the 9/11 video, and it's only got 636,000 views in 3 days. That's not a lot, man. He's lost his touch. I think he has records here and there that, like Stop Breathing, I talked about this record. I really enjoyed this track. But other than that, like, he hasn't really, it's unfortunate, man. I think he's talented and as an artist, but I just don't know. I don't get it. Eminem previewed, speaking of Eminem, we talked about this a little bit earlier. He previewed a song that's coming out. Literally, the song is coming out in 2 days, but I'm not going to check it out until the actual music video comes out. I can wait 2 more days after, because he announced it on his Twitter, and I'm sure it's on his Instagram as well, but I'm just going to go on Twitter right now. He announced it, Toby. So Toby Maguire is basically the theme of it. He's dressed as like the old Slim Shady, the Jason mask and the chainsaw, and it's featuring Babytron, which is an upcoming Michigan artist. So shout out to him. He's probably getting insane love because he's featured on a track with Eminem. Eminem's always shown love to Michigan artists. Like, no matter what, he'll collab with them, no matter what like level they're at. Babytron isn't that big of an artist. He's big, but not at the level of like Eminem and Big Sean. He's got Big Sean on the track, and he says new music. The song's coming out July 2nd, and the video's coming out July 5th. So I can wait 3 days. I'm not tripping. So I won't listen to the track unless I just randomly hear it. But I do want to react to this, and I might do a reaction video. I might not go live, but I'll do a reaction video, because I can't go live in this area. It's too fucking hot. Going live on here and staying on here is just way too hot in here, man. We're getting consistent like 95 to 100 degree weather here in Georgia, so it's just blazing hot in here. It's not gonna work. But yeah, that's the new music. Check them out. Album sales, let's get into it. Taylor Swift still at number 1 with the Tortured Poets Department, selling 115,000 copies. Still doing insane numbers. Gracie Abrams, The Secret of Us, debuted at number 2 with 87,000 copies. Morgan Wallen, One Thing at a Time, at number 3 with 72,000 copies. Billie Eilish, Hit Me Hard and Soft, number 4 with 70,000 copies. Peso Pluma, Exodo, Exodus, I don't even know how to pronounce this shit. Debuted at number 5 with 65,000 copies. Chappelle Rowan, The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess. Long-ass title. Jeez. Is at number 6 with 61,000 copies. Morgan Wallen, again, Dangerous double album, number 7. Jeez, dude, listen, this Morgan Wallen albums, like, I've been mentioning these albums for the past, 2 years on this list. I'm not even joking. They've been in the top 10 for God knows how long. I wish we could check, the track record on this. It's insane. If you guys have been listening to the podcast for at least a year, I've been mentioning these, albums for a minute. It's number 7 with 43,000 copies. Ariana Grande, number 8 with Eternal Sunshine with 42,000 copies. Charlie XCX with the Brat album at number 9 with 42,000 copies. Shabuzi, Where I've Been Isn't Where I'm Going, number 10 with 41,000 copies. Going down the list, Future Metro Boomin, We Don't Trust You, number 15 with 32,000 copies. SZA SOS, number 17 with 30,000 copies. Moneybagg Yo, Speak Now, number 22 with 25,000 copies. Travis Scott, Utopia, number 25 with 22,000 copies. Gunna 101, number 26 with 22,000 copies. Kendrick Lamar, Damn, at number 33 with 20,000 copies. Eminem, Curtain Call, number 35 with 20,000 copies. Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City, number 38 with 18,000 copies. And Drake, For All the Dogs, at number 50 with 16,000 copies. By the way, when I say 16,000, I'm just kind of rounding it. Because if I go over the whole number, 16,351 is just too much to say. So when I say 16, 35, blah, 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 you get the gist that it's around there. It's missing a couple hundred copies, whatever. But yeah, that's it for today's episode of the Diverse Mentality Podcast. Appreciate you guys. I got asked, why aren't you talking about the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef? Why aren't you finally talking about it on the podcast after you did all the review tracks? Well, the reason why is because I think the beef is still potentially going on. I could be wrong. Drake is sending these subliminals with joking and eating at New Ho King and then having a 69 God name when he's bowling. And basically, Drake is going out like a loser in this situation because he went in this group chat. I don't know where the fuck the group chat's at, but he said he basically alluded that, Kendrick Lamar is boosting his numbers with the Not Like Us track, which is ridiculous. So your numbers are legit when you're talking about numbers, but when Kendrick does good numbers, it's boosting and it's, makes no sense. Kendrick Lamar's had hits before streaming was really that big. His first number 1 hit was in 2017. That's when streaming was just getting started and being counted towards the charts. Yeah. So I don't think it's over. So I'm just kind of waiting. I'm going to wait until the Not Like Us music video comes out. I'm going to wait probably a couple days after that, see if Drake says anything or does anything. If not, then I'll talk about the whole battle because I think after that, if Drake doesn't really say anything, it'll be over in terms of direct disses. Drake's still going to do the social media stuff and subliminally dissing and stuff like that. Maybe there'll be subliminal disses on tracks here and there, which I wouldn't be surprised if there is. But in terms of direct dissing each other, I think it'll be over if Drake doesn't respond to the Not Like Us music video. Because Kendrick Lamar did the Ken and Friends show, had that lit. Now he's got the music video. If he has that lit, if Drake doesn't say anything, I think it's over in terms of direct responses. But that's why I haven't really been talking about it. But, I'll talk about it when, I kind of know more of it. So that's why. So I just wanted to explain that. Of course, before we go out, obviously powered by the one and only Golden Eagle Energy Drink. Get your Golden Eagle Energy Drinks at drinkgoldeneagle.com/DMP. The link is in the description below. That's drinkgoldeneagle.com/DMP. Support them because they're supporting us for all season 4 of the podcast. Of course, stream us, Spotify, Deezer, Pocket Cast, YouTube, all that, Google Play, wherever you get your podcasts at. Have an amazing night, day, whenever you listen to this, and peace. Oh, yeah, Lil Reese, Mr. Poopy Butthole. Stop scamming people.